6 years after my death, my wife wanted to donate my heart to her first love. She broke my father's legs, falsely accused my mother of theft, and threatened to disfigure my sister. The doctor showed her my medical records. He only had one heart, and he already donated it to you. 6 years after my death, my wife wants me to donate my heart to her first love to force me to show up. She broke my father's legs, falsely accused my mother of theft, causing her to lose her job, and even threatened to disfigure my sister's face, which closely resembles mine, with a bottle of acid. Just as she was waiting for me to beg her on my knees and cooperate with the surgery, the doctor who had once operated on me found her with my medical records. Mr. Collins only had one heart, and he had already donated it to you 6 years ago. In the midst of heavy snowfall, Denius Young stared emotionlessly at the man writhing and begging on the ground. The continuously flowing blood reflected a cold gleam in her eyes. Considering our past relationship as mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, if you tell me Jack's whereabouts right now, I'll let you go. How about that? Her attitude was arrogant, the contempt in her eyes evident. It was as if she had completely forgotten that the person lying on the ground was once someone who had treated her like his own daughter. Instead, he was now just a piece of garbage that could be discarded at will. Jack, he can't come. Maya, please spare me. What do you mean he can't come? Isn't he just too cowardly to show up because he's afraid I'll take revenge for what happened back then? Faced with her father-in-law's refusal, Paddox's anger was instantly ignited. She recounted the past events to her father-in-law with a face full of hatred, each word filled with resentment towards me. If it weren't for Jack's interference, impersonating someone else and taking credit that didn't belong to him, how could Ethan and I have missed each other for so long? It was Ethan who persuaded me not to seek revenge, allowing you to live peacefully for so many years. Now, having your lying son donate his heart to Ethan is an honor for him. What right does he have not to come? I could see that when my father heard about those past events again, his cloudy eyes immediately darkened further, his tone full of vicissitudes and pain. It's not like that, Tajes, back then. How was it back then? First Jack lied to me for so many years, and now it's your turn as his father to start lying. Your family is truly a lineage of liars. Fine, since you two have such a strong father-son bond, and you insist on covering for him, I have no reason to show mercy. You guys, break his legs. I don't believe Jack won't show up when his father's legs are broken. Emia's expression turned vicious for a moment, and with a wave of her hand, more bodyguards stepped forward. The sound of blunt objects striking flesh echoed loudly with my father's agonized screams hidden in between. But Acis had a smile on her face without a hint of heartache or hesitation. Seeing my father's life in danger, I was anxious and rushed forward quickly to shield him from those erratically falling clubs. But in reality, as soon as I lunged forward, I passed right through my father's body. It was then that I slowly remembered I was already dead. Dead for 6 years. My remaining soul couldn't save any bit of my thoughts.